right, find a seat. Let's get settled in and let's start the night. Do we have any new people attending Racing for Recovery for the first time tonight?
Thank you for attending the Racing for Recovery Support Group meeting. We are focused on maintaining a drug-free and healthy lifestyle. Since 2001, our open forum meetings welcome parents, adolescents, recovering individuals, and anyone who supports our mission. Your suggestions, comments, or ideas are welcome to make our meetings the best they can be. The Racing for Recovery Support Group meeting is a cutting-edge alternative to what is currently offered. By combining substance abusers, families, friends, and the public at large, we have created an environment that is beneficial to everyone who is affected by alcohol or drug addiction. 1, meeting start time is 7. Please be on time. Please turn off cell phones or ringers to vibrate and refrain from posting on social media during the meeting to show respect and courtesy to yourselves and others. Please only one person speaking at a time. That was rule number 2. Please, only one person speaking at a time. Please speak loudly so that everyone can hear. Proof of attendance is gladly provided. Please turn in your paperwork prior to the meeting and you can pick it up at the end of the meeting. Honesty is required. Feel free to openly share your comments and points of view on how alcohol and drug addiction has impacted your life. This meeting is open to all people. To people of all ages, welcomes diversity, so please refrain from using excessive foul language or language that discriminates against any race, gender, religion, ethnicity, sexual orientation, or disability. To maintain an atmosphere of respect and dignity for all who are present. If you see a visitor, a new member, or a returning member that you haven't seen in a while, please warmly welcome them into our program. Your confidentiality is important to us. What you say here will not be discussed outside of the meeting. Please refrain from leaving the meeting while it is in progress because it is very disruptive. Smoking or vaping should be done away from all entrances out of respect for those who choose not to partake in that. Please do not smoke or vape by the doors. And please dispense of all trash in a garbage can and do not litter on the premises.
Thanks, Dustin. Who's got the guidelines for living a lifestyle of recovery?
The Lifestyle of Recovery guidelines are intended to be utilized by recovering individuals, their families, and anyone else who is striving to avoid substance abuse and achieve sobriety. Number 1, recognizing that substance abuse ruins lives. 2, wanting to pursue positive alternatives to substance abuse such as our education, employment, quality relationships, and health and fitness. 3, using resources such as friends, family, teachers, and peers as a way to achieve and remain sober. Adding sports, art, or music to these resources will help us stay focused and motivated. 4, defining balance and working toward making it a part of everyday life. 5, building self-esteem and confidence through sobriety to combat negative feelings regarding oneself. 6, understanding that negative behaviors of isolation and self-pity lead to self-destruction. 7, lifting a person up is different than allowing them to continue their destructive lifestyles. Be there for yourself and be patient with your friends and family. 8, learning how to help without supporting the addict's behavior, providing assistance to the recovering individual that will improve their lives, not further their usage. 9, recognizing personal challenges and integrating them into our lifestyle as challenges to triumph over. And 10, caring for our personal, emotional, physical, and spiritual individuality is the source we use for our sense of worth. Each person is truly magnificent. Our mission at Racing for Recovery is to prevent all forms of substance abuse by promoting a lifestyle of fitness and health for all those affected by addiction.
Thanks, Ashley. All right, Kelly. What does Racing for Recovery mean to you?
What Racing for Recovery means to me are respect yourself enough to quit using. A, accept the challenges that lie ahead. C, commit to your recovery. I, include friends and family on your journey. N, never doubt your will to succeed. G, give yourself credit for your accomplishments. F, focus on the positive things you want in life. O, overcome your fears and keep moving forward. R, remember the reasons you're seeking sobriety. R, reach out to others to give and receive support. E, expect holes in the road, choose another road. C, care for your body, we only get one in this lifetime. O, open your heart, mind, emotions, and spirit. V, victory comes from a balanced lifestyle. E, educate yourself on all aspects of recovery. R, racing for recovery saves lives. And Y, you will learn that with sobriety, anything is possible.
Thanks, Kelly.
You're welcome, Stephen.
All right, it's time for introductions. Just tell us your name, why you came, and yeah, Brendan, go for it.
He never goes left.
I'm Brendan, and I'm here because Hogwarts doesn't take Medicaid.
Okay. I'm Jess. I'm here because this place is changing my life. I'm here for the positivity, and so I do every Thursday.
I'm Chris, and I'm here because Racing for Recovery has literally saved my life. And with Racing for Recovery, I'm not just a human being, I'm a human being awesome every day. And I love it here, so I think I'll stick around.
Awesome.
I'm Corey. I'm here to continue to work on myself and listen to some great stories, some milestones, see friends, and stay positive.
I'm Michael. I keep coming here because it's how I keep balance in my life.
I'll start on here to support my son, Michael.
I'm Anthony. I'm here to get the message.
I'm Chris, here for court. I'm down here to support my daughter Heather, who's sitting over there. She's got to be split because she runs late all the time.
I'm Beth. I'm also here to support my daughter Heather.
I'm Heather, and I'm here because I just want to better my life.
Tom, here to stay sober and back in the
I'm Jen. I'm here for the positivity and keep my life going in the right way.
My name's Tom. I come here to continue to learn.
My name's Isaac. I'm here to listen and better myself.
I'm Danny. I'm here to learn.
I'm Mike. I'm happy to be here.
Jennifer, I'm here with Dustin. He's up there.
I'm Connie. I'm Dustin's mom. I'm always here to support him, and I'm very grateful for this place.
I'm Lisa. I'm here to learn.
I'm Greg. I'm here for support and learn.
I'm Jane. I'm here for support my family. Hi, I'm Shelby. I'm here because I want to stay sober and live today and save my
I'm Mike, and I'm here for support.
I'm JR, and I'm here for sober support.
I'm Jenny. I'm here to support this program and continue to learn new ways that I can support the people involved in the program.
I'm Tim. I'm here to stay sober.
I'm Elizabeth. I'm here for the positivity. This place fills my spirit with good vibes, good energy, so that's awesome. And I'm free to be myself.
I'm Dave, and I'm here to find a new path to life.
I'm Rick. I'm here to support this great program and the people in it in memory of my son Jacob. Tuesday was his birthday. He would have been 26.
I'm Bruce. I'm here to support the group and to learn and absorb all the positivity that I see here.
I'm Alan. I love Racing for Recovery, and I'm here to
Keith, I'm here to learn and continue my recovery.
I'm Nikki. I'm here to support Ben and to learn and get positive vibes.
Ben, here to learn and listen.
I'm Julie. I'm here to support my son Joe and to continue to learn.
I am Bill, and I'm here to support my son Joe, and I'm here to learn from everybody in this room.
I'm Sandy, and I'm here, excuse me, for support and to learn.
I'm Randy. I'm here to help and heal. Tuesday was the 3rd year anniversary of losing my daughter to this horrible plague that we have in our country.
I'm Dave. I'm here to support my son Steve. The president needs support. So.
I'm Carol, and I'm here to learn.
I'm Janae, and I'm here to learn and to support my daughter.
I guess I'm just here to see what it's about.
I'm Renee. I'm here with my family to help and learn.
I'm Mike, and I'm here just to soak up all the positivity and be around my friends and family.
I'm Joey. I come here to maintain balance in my life and to show gratitude for a program that, as of Saturday, will help me get 2 years.
I'm Barb, and I'm here to support my grandson.
I'm Tom. I'm here to support Mike. I'm sorry I'm late. It's just awesome. And I love to come here on Thursdays because I get an education and I get to soak up some.
Program, and it works. And he's evidence of one.
I'm Kim. I'm Mike's mom. I'm here to support anyone who wants support. And I'm here because Joey has 2 years. Well, almost. And I won't see you on Saturday, so I'm here today.
Thank you.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm Joe. I come to Racing for Recovery because it has become my second family, and it...
I'm Allie, and I'm here to learn.
I'm Tyler, and I'm here for support.
I'm Andrew. I'm here to stay sober and learn from everybody here, and I love coming to this place. It does amazing things, just not for myself, but for everyone around me here that's here today.
I'm Dan. I'm here for support and to help other people recognize this place.
I'm Kelly. I'm here to give support and support my son through his recovery.
I'm Cody. I'm here to be around people who are like me and to do something better for myself.
I'm Nick. I'm here for my first time tonight, and I'm here to try something new. Cool.
I'm Rachel. I'm here for support.
I'm Marlon, and I'm here because tonight.
I'm Brian. I'm here hanging out with my new family. I love this place and continue to work on my sobriety, and I'm here to give and get support.
My name's Eric. I keep coming back because Racing for Recovery proved to me that you truly can have fun in sobriety.
My name's Patrick, and I'm here because Racing for Recovery is helping me create the life that I desire.
I'm Andy, and I keep coming back because it's not just about putting down the drugs and alcohol, but Race for Recovery is teaching me to build a life that I love and enjoy waking up to every day.
I'm Sid. I'm blessed to be here. It's nice to see you all. And I'm here to spread the love and positivity and peace.
I'm Robin. I'm here because it helps me stay sober.
I'm Betty. I'm here because Racing for Recovery is teaching me how to live again, and it's also helping me build relationships.
My name's Jeremy. It's my second time here. I'm transferring everything from Michigan to here, and I'm here to have a new family.
I'm Jen. I'm here for positivity.
I'm Jimmy. I'm here to learn and just hear the message.
I'm Tom, and Racing for Recovery has made my life better.
I'm James, and as long as Racing for Recovery is here, I'll probably be coming here for the rest of my life.
I'm Heather. I'm here to give her and her sister are the best version of me possible.
And this is Kendall.
I'm Katie, and I'm just here to help educate myself and better support a family member.
I'm Kevin. I'm waiting for my son to walk through the door one of these days. And I'd like to say happy birthday to my wife, who's in Philadelphia with my daughter. She's watching.
Bobby, and I come here because everything about this place is amazing.
Hi, I'm Penny. I'm Bobby's mom. I'm here to support him and give support to anybody else who needs it. And I love how I see changes in myself coming here too. I like the growth within myself.
I'm Rachel. I'm here for positivity, and I love that I can see Penny again because I haven't seen her in a few weeks. Woo.
I'm Diane, Jordan and Corey's mom. I'm here to support them. Jordan's anniversary is today. He's somewhere else. I'm so proud of Corey, and I know he's going to do the same thing.
I'm Corey. I'm here to support my mother, who I've put through hell and back. And I think she gets as much out of this program as I do. And obviously, I'm here for all the other good stuff.
In the back in the corner.
I'm Maddie. I'm here to learn and support the community. I'm Caitlin, and I'm here to learn.
Mike, I'm here to statement.
I'm Brady. I'm here for support.
I'm Ron. I'm here to support my two sons and to support everyone else in the room.
I'm going to stand up because I can't see everyone. My name's Sandy. My husband and I have been coming here to this meeting for 16 years. We have two sons, adult sons, that are recovered addicts. And I know the hell that a lot of you family members have gone through, but I want you to please just keep coming back for the support. It's gonna, if your addict's not with you, it's gonna help you get through your days and nights and the hell you're going through.
Congrats to Jordan and to Joey on your years. And my son just celebrated a year a couple weeks ago, so I know what an accomplishment it is. I come here for the continued learning, education, and for Brendan's humor.
I'm Jim. I started coming here to support my son Ryan. Now I support this awesome program. I'm so proud of Jordan, it's not even funny. And just being here through the year and to see so many of you change, and I feel that I've kind of grown with you. And Joe looked amazingly awesome at the race this past
It's all for you, man.
weekend. I know, buddy. I ate all them donuts too.
My name's John. I've been here about 6 meetings. I missed last week, and I kind of got a little depressed about that. My wife's an addict, so I'm trying to learn, which I have for the 5 weeks that I've been here. All you wonderful people sharing, you know, your innermost thoughts is just literally awesome, and I thank you all.
My name's Kelly, and I continue to come to these meetings because I continue to learn and grow from them, and I just truly enjoy watching families heal and relationships created.
I'm Ashley, and I come here for the positivity and inspiration.
I'm Sean. I'm here to put in the work.
I'm Rose. I'm here to make some positive changes in my life.
I'm David. I'm here for continued knowledge and support.
I'm Scott, and I'm here because I'm grateful to be sober.
I'm Chris, and I'm here because this place helps me to continue trying to be a better person every day.
My name is Jennifer, and I love Racing for Recovery. You don't learn what you learn here anywhere else. I was reminded of that today. I went to a meeting, a different kind of meeting, and a girl shared that she was grateful that she had relapsed, that she learned something from it. I just thought about how unfortunate that is to not have the education, the knowledge that I have. I feel like it's an attitude of defeat. Like, some places are teaching that you're just going to be defeated, and you just got to kind of accept it, and it's unfortunate. So I'm grateful to be here.
I'm Kirsten, and I continue to come here for the inspiration that all of you give me.
I'm Everett, and I'm here for the first time tonight to support, to help myself and to support my girlfriend. Hoping to learn from each and every one of you and to get something positive out of all of this.
My name's Andrew. I think we're all survivors.
My name's Will. I'm here for the positive motivation and some great people with all the great energy and the smiling faces. And
I'm Sierra, and I'm here for support.
My name's Adam. I'm here because it's right where I need to be.
My name's Matt, and I'm grateful that we can all get together to support each other. Yeah.
Who? Did everyone go?
Yeah,
everyone went. Okay, cool. We go off script, I forget what I was going to say. So, my name's Joe. I come here because this place inspires me. It's where my friends and family are. And a lot of things that happen inside this room you don't get anywhere else. It's a wonderful place to be, and it's where I always am on Thursdays. So,
my name's Dustin. I come here because, actually, I try to think of something new every week, but it's really the main reason I come here is for the support and the positivity. You just don't get those. You just don't get those things anywhere else. And these meetings have become part of the lifestyle I choose to live today, and they've been really helpful, and that's why I continue to keep coming.
Nice. And I'm Steven. I'm here to throw curveballs tonight, so be ready. Brendan already won this one. But I'm also here because I'm just truly blessed. I'm blessed to be here, blessed to be a part of this, our program, and I'm just overwhelmed with all of it. So let's get started before I get all emotional already. Who's got the answer by Donald D. Carr?
I got it. The answer by Donald D. Carr. Running from the misery, trying to escape the pain. As I approach the light of hope that lies before me, each step overwhelms me. Every breath sears my throat. I ache. My body rebels against me. My memories torment me. Agony has become my closest companion. My demons mock me as I dangle helplessly above the abyss of alcohol and drug abuse. The voices all sound the same, criticizing, accusing, blaming me for what has happened. They don't understand. They don't care who I am. I am a human being full of thoughts and feelings. I am worth saving. Just show me the way. At last, I reach the light of promise. There stands the answer. Open arms, understanding smiles, looks of trust. And so it begins, racing for recovery.
Thanks, Joe.
You're welcome.
Chris, what you got?
Motivation is what gets you started. Habit is what keeps you going. Jen Ryan.
I like that. Thank you. All right, we got one big announcement for tonight. For our big race coming up, we do need volunteers for course marshals and water stops. So if you'd like to do that, please sign up online. That's very important. And also, we have 202 spots left for the 10K and 68 spots left for the 5K. And then you can still sign up and go, but I don't think you're going to get any t-shirts or anything. So I know that's really important, but yeah, so that's just all I had to do for announcements. As you can see from the introductions, our meetings for everyone affected by self-destructive behaviors. No topic is off limits. If you have a question or something you'd like to discuss, we encourage you to bring it up early so we have time to discuss it. With that being said, I have two topics for tonight. I wanted to keep it a little positive because everyone needs some positivity in their life. So the big thing I want to talk about tonight is self-talk. All my life through my addiction, and before my addiction even, I had the worst negative self-talk towards myself. What I learned here is to talk positively to myself to help me out. I was wondering if anyone else had any suggestions, any problems with self-talk, or any questions about self-talk. If you even know what self-talk is, That's my big topic tonight. My second one for tonight is going to be patience. Patience is really important, but most importantly with yourself. And also with your friends, family, and peers. So I want to talk about how patience affects everything in your life, and if you need to work on patience, or if you think you got it mastered. So let's hear, who's got something? Yes, Sean.
I think with self-talk, anybody that I've ever talked to in recovery and addiction, it's been usually negative self-talk, and I'm no exception. What's changed, I think, is what I'd focus on is compassion helps. That's a great starting point. Take judgment out of the equation. That's another great pinpoint of notice what you're doing to yourself. Notice what emotion, notice what you're saying. Is it real, or is it just something you can let go? Just something you don't need to be judging yourself with so harshly. It's usually let it be what it is. Don't make it what it's not. That's the simplest way I can put it. But making a habit, I guess, is what really led me to the point where I'm not judging myself, where I'm not second guessing myself constantly, where I'm not just, constantly eroding my self-esteem. Positive self-talk. It's really quite simple. Learn to listen to yourself. Good statement you made is, do you even know what self-talk is? Are you able to listen to those thoughts? Are you able to decipher which is how you truly feel and which is just bullshit? See what it's chattering about. And 9 times out of 10, it's just noise that you can ignore. And it brings your focus to where you need it to be, right on the moment, right on what you're doing. And when you look at life through that type of a lens, what you need to do is pretty clear. As you do it, the negative voice kind of drops away in and of itself. And just make sure you're not judging yourself. That's the best advice I can give myself or anybody else. I don't hear too much negative self-talk these days after nearly, I'd have to look at my app, but it's somewhere around 4 years and some change of active, continuous sobriety. It's nice to not have that noise and chatter in there because it makes doing what I need to do instantaneous. So, and I don't have to go through this cycle of self-deprecation. It's just deal with the day as it is. So, yeah, that's what I got.
Thanks, Sean. Penny.
I'm going to go with your second subject, Stephen. Patience. Like for the parents, of the addict, it's very important for the addict. I know it's a very like a self-centered recovery for an addict because they're recovering from something traumatic, but for the addict, you need to have patience with your parents because your parents have gone through something very traumatic. So as a parent needs to have patience for the addict that's in recovery, your child, it's important just to kind of take a step back maybe before you go to sleep at night. Just kind of get it in your head that you have to just give your parents that time to recover because it's very important and it's a major part of healing for a family to heal. If you can all feel what everybody else is going through, like for a parent, feel what your son or your daughter is going through and also vice versa. I think it's important.
Thanks, Penny.
You're welcome.
Mike?
Yeah, I think it's an interesting subject. It's almost, for me, at some points comical how minor things have gotten to me. At one point in my life, I was a pretty good athlete. Now at 53, I think I'm a world-class athlete. That's why I umpire now. So be around me when I drop keys or a pen, you'd think that a nuclear bomb went off somewhere. Because I'm so hard on myself because I just dropped something. So, I mean, I now try to laugh about those things, and like you said, don't make it more than what it is. And what I have learned from umpiring, what's helped me out is when I'm dealing with somebody on the field who is really PO'd about something that I just did, my partners just did, or whatever, I can't have a discussion with them until I can get them back to an intellectual state. If they're in an emotional state, more than likely, I can't help them. So I gotta try, so I now have reversed that on myself. Now, when I have those moments of where I'm trying to make it more than what it is, I try to take deep breaths for myself and say, okay, get away from the emotions of this, get back to the intellectual state of who you are, knowing that this is not what you're making it out to be. And so, but if it's not easy to do that all the time. And so, yeah, it is. And like, I think you made a great point that I think we all, the negative mind talk is huge, I think, for everybody in here, whether you want to share or not. But, so that's what I have to say. Thanks.
Thanks, Mark. Corey.
I think for me, the self-talk and the patience and everything kind of comes all under the same umbrella, and that's self-worth for me. You know, just realizing that I'm worth what I'm doing, I'm worth what I believe in. The patience that comes along with that for myself will show to my family, to my friends, to, you know, whomever. But yeah, it comes back to the self-worth. I think when I was doing all that crap to myself, I was enamored in destruction. I liked it. I liked the test of you know, testing that line to where I can, you know, get almost to get in trouble and then come all the way back. That's my mentality. It has been my whole life. So it comes back to self-worth and not destructing my health. And all that other stuff is just going to come back at some point, and I know that, and I just know I need to be patient for what's coming. That's all.
Thanks, Corey. Brian?
Yeah, hi, I'm Brian. Was I next?
Yeah, I just didn't know which Brian you're talking about. I didn't see you back there. Yeah, go for it.
I'm not trying to hide. See, I guess I'm going to go back to what the first gentleman, I'm not sure who it was talking about. Like, I try to practice mindfulness and being present in the moment, sitting with whatever emotions I'm having, and then applying like positive self-talk along with that. I mean, it's been proven scientifically in the last 10 to 20 years that you can actually carve what they call new neural pathways in your brain, where you can actually teach yourself to be more positive. That's just a practice that I've been trying to do daily more recently.
Thanks, Brian.
So one of the things I learned here really helped me because I used to suffer from negative thoughts and doubt, like I was full of it. How I refer to myself. Getting treatment many times before I arrived here, I was taught you're an addict and you're an alcoholic, and that's how I refer to myself. And I don't know, I just couldn't conceptualize if I'm all that, how can I ever be anything more? And so when I learned here that I didn't have to refer to myself that way, and that the things that I did are not who I am, it's something that I've just done before. And then understanding forgiveness and learning to forgive myself definitely helped me.
Before you go, Kim, I like what you said there, especially with the fact that it coincides with what Dee wrote in the answer. I'm a human being full of thoughts and feelings. Just show me the way. And I think that's what I needed for sure, because I knew I was more than an addict and an alcoholic and someone who's self-destructive. I knew I was made for more than that. But I just didn't know how. I needed someone to show me the way. So I came here, and eventually, after a little while, I started getting it a little bit. I just sat there and listened and listened and listened and listened. And then one day, something clicked, and my hand started just going up, and I couldn't really control it. And I was like, oh, God. And it gets up there, and then I get called out on a Thursday meeting back at the church, and I felt like my entire body was on fire. But when I talked, it was the most soothing experience of my entire life. And that right there just showed that all I needed to do was put myself out there and believe in myself a little bit. I think that's what the self-worth thing, that's what this is all coming back to. Like, it's all, my two topics kind of combined together, but I don't know. It's just giving yourself a chance and putting yourself out there, because you are more than an addict and alcoholic. We're all of value. I say that all the time, but we are. We just need to be shown the way.
I wanted to say something a little about patience. I was sitting here thinking about that, and I think from the addict's side, I think we come in a society now of instant gratification, so everybody wants everything now. We have to have it now. We have all this technology that we can get everything now. So you want sobriety now. Well, it's a journey. It takes time. It took you time to get to where you were. It's going to take you time to come out of that. And so you have to be patient with yourself and not beat yourself up if it takes a long time. And then on the other side of that, from family and parents' standpoint, I have to remember the same thing, that it took a long time to get to this place. And if I reflect on where we were 3 and 4 years ago, it's worlds apart from where we are now. It's taken 3 or 4 years to get here, but I'm so glad to where Mike is now and where our family is now. And I just see it getting better and better. But it's a slow process. It's not overnight. And I think people who don't come or here, or like maybe extended family doesn't always understand. They want, oh, well, he's sober, everything should be better now, and everything should be like, no, it's a process. It's a journey, and you have to be patient. And you can't beat and then it goes into the self-talk. You can't beat yourself up when it's not going as fast as you want either. You have to look at where you were, where you are now, and where you're going.
Thanks, Kim. Elizabeth?
Like someone said in introductions, I'm so grateful for this place because it's taught me a lot already about self-love and self-talk and what it actually means, because I know that like when I got here, I felt extremely broken. I knew that I hated myself, or I felt that. I felt that hurt and that anguish and that just low self-esteem and low self-worth. But I didn't realize until I started learning about self-talk and self-awareness and nourishing yourself, how much like I was compounding it into myself. That self-talk, those daily things that you tell yourself without even realizing it, over such minute things too. And then there's something really magical about this place, that just all the love and the positivity, you're hearing it all the time, and it starts to slowly replace that negative self-talk. At least it has for me. And I've been here, what, like 2 weeks now, and I've already like, I'm catching myself and like trying to change those thoughts around and practicing positive affirmations. And a lot of it comes down to self-awareness, paying attention to my needs. When I need something, speak up, ask for help. When I'm hungry, feed myself. It starts with little things like that. And it's really fulfilling, and I'm becoming more and more in touch with myself, and it starts with self-talk. That's exactly where it starts. And to tie patience into that, like I've always given up on myself in the past. Like they talk about self-talk, but they don't really tell you the why or how powerful it is or how important it is in your recovery. And so I'll start, but it's not working, so I give up, I pull it back, and like I've repeated that cycle endlessly. So I'm just trying to have patience with myself, give myself time to heal, because that's really the biggest part of it. Like the most magnificent part of this whole thing is the journey, like not the destination. It's like learning who I am in the process and getting to know myself. And like I didn't even know what my favorite color was. You know what I mean? Like I don't know myself at all. I'm still learning, and it's really beautiful. And yeah, I don't know. I owe a lot of that to this place and the people around me daily, like lifting me up. And they say you can't give love. Really, what is it? You can't. How are you gonna love someone if you don't love yourself? I'm learning that now. So
Awesome. Kelly.
Well, I know for the self-talk for me was a very difficult thing because my brain goes about 1,000,000 miles an hour, like probably a lot of us in here. It was difficult to shut it down or to try and keep it on track until I came across a book that was suggested by a family member. It's called CBT for Dummies, and it's anything but for dummies because I had to read sentences like 4 times before I could understand them. But the CBT is the cognitive behavioral therapy, just like the gentleman over on the far wall was talking about. Literally, it's training your brain or retraining your brain. And it's a conscious thing that every time a negative thought pops into your head, you have to literally squash it or crumple it up and throw it in the trash can. You have to envision that because that's what takes that thought and gets rid of it. And then you are able, for me, I was able to move on to a more positive thought or a more productive thought. Because if I didn't make those conscious efforts to stop we cannot control the thoughts that come into our head as much as we would like to think we can. We cannot control the thoughts that come into our head. However, we can choose which ones we entertain and which ones we act upon and which ones we throw it or chuck it in the blanket bucket for the little ears that are here. But my blanket bucket is very full because I chuck a lot in my bucket. And it rhymes with bucket, just in case anyone's wondering. But that for me, that is what worked for me. It's literally, I had to make a conscious effort to when the thoughts and the negativity started coming in and the negative self-talk, I just had to stop it because I'm the only one that can control that. It wasn't any of you beautiful people in this room trying to heal yourselves and your family members. It wasn't you guys giving me all of this negative aura. It was me, and I was the only one that could control it. So I had to literally retrain my brain on how to think positive and how to think positively about myself. And it made a huge, huge difference. And it's still a work in progress. We're all a work in progress. Patience, that's not a thing. There is no patience when you live in a world full of impatience. That's something obviously I'm still working on a lot. But yeah, it's very difficult to learn patience when we live in a very impatient world. So have patience. I'm getting there.
Thanks, Kelly. Yes, Tony.
Chris. Thank you for clarifying what a blanket bucket was. I was thinking of a bucket with a bunch of blankets in it.
No,
I wanted to touch on something Jen said when we were doing introductions, and she was talking about the young person that said, relapse. They were grateful for relapsing, and we don't use that word here. And that's part of what I like is how we speak, our verbiage and everything. And we look at it as an unfortunate choice to go back and use, and that gives us empowering feelings, and that's how I talk to myself now. I'm not powerless over drugs and alcohol before I put them in my body. Once I put them in my body, yeah, I'm powerless, but I'm empowered to make those choices, to make the right decisions. So when I tell myself that, I just hear Todd going, you never have to use drugs or alcohol again. And when he's in my head saying that, seriously, we used to have a joke, Todd's watching. But if I kind of think that, and I think big idea 3 and 4, no one's immune to life's emotional hardships, but we don't have to use over it. And then I think, Chris, you're good enough. I start talking to myself in the third person. You're good enough, you're smart enough, like that old Saturday Night Live thing. You're good enough, you're smart enough, and God on it, people like you. And I start telling myself silly things like that, but if I tell myself I love you every day, then it reinforces my belief that I do love myself, because I actually do when I'm sober and being a productive member of society.
And that's where my patience comes in, because I've got to be patient with myself. A lot of the times, like Kim was saying, you know, I get everything back really quick, that instant gratification. Everyone, here's your job, here's your girl, here's your car, here's your house, deal with it. And I'm like, oh, sobriety. And that's not how I have to live now. I have all this beautiful peer support to bounce things off of and to talk and explain like how I'm feeling. And when I hide my feelings, that's when I start talking to myself negatively. So if I'm patient with myself, that's when things, like you said, with yourself is the most. But I also have to be patient with others. And it's kind of like a two-way street. And once I do that, everything seems to mesh and flow together.
Sid, what you got?
Sid, I'm still blessed to be here. So the self-talk thing, you know, believe it or not, I struggled with that for a long time, a couple years and stuff like that. But as I slowly did things like tell myself like I'm awesome every morning, like I started to believe it, and then you know it got to the point where you know I finally realized that I do love myself, and then I spread that love with other people so that way they can feel the same way I feel. And then by me putting nothing but like positive energy and positive vibes and positive this and that, which is, it's not always possible to be positive all the time. I'm not positive all the time, but for the most part I am, and when I do, then I find myself being surrounded by positive people. I mean, I'm in this room with like 100 people right now. And you guys are all positive as far as I know, and I'm just going to keep telling myself that, so. and that's what it's really all about. Like, once I kept practicing and realizing that my past mistakes don't define me right now, and that I no longer am an addict, I'm no longer a fiend or anything like that, that those are just like labels that that were put on me, and honestly it kept me down for a while, you know. And you know I've heard many times that relapse is part of recovery, and I just think that's a bunch of baloney. But once I started talking to myself in a positive manner, I was able to talk to others in a positive manner, and that's what we're all here for, to talk to each other and uplift each other and spread the love and everything like that. So you guys have a good night, and I love you guys.
Love you too, Sid. Thanks.
I think, oh, I'm sorry. Somebody else before me?
Yeah, you go for it, man.
I think positive feedback to yourself is a lot like becoming an addict. You know, we all didn't become an addict overnight. Repetitive consistency made you an addict, kept doing it. So if you keep talking to yourself and keep telling yourself that I'm awesome, I'm sweet, I can do this, I think it's going to come a lot faster than what you think in your head, as long as you keep doing it day in and day out, day in and day out. Repetitively, it'll come to you faster, and your headache is going to get bigger. You know, that's all I got to say.
Thanks, man. Michael.
When I first got here, I didn't know what self-talk was. People here started to love me. I didn't know what loving myself was. My family showed a lot of love and time and investments, still do, and that they believe in me. So I'm still not big on self-talk, because self-talk is like, talk is cheap. Like, and I'll talk myself into something that's totally not, you know. So I have to do self-acts, and my acts will show others that I'm serious. If I can sit here and tell people, or even tell myself, that I'm good, that I'm worth it, that I'm going to do this, or I want to do that, or this is going to, you know. And if I don't act on it, it's nothing. You know what I mean? And I'm a master manipulator. Yeah, I can manipulate anybody, including myself, you know, into believing, like, I used to think that I was the best junkie out there, and then somebody looked at me and said, dude, you even suck at that. And I'm like, you know, so sometimes self-talk isn't always the best thing for me. And I learned here, I was listening to Mike share earlier, he talked about intellect and emotions. And before I learned about self-talk and self-worth, I had to really sort out intellect over my emotions. Like, I had to take the honesty, the truth that's out there that people are telling me that makes sense, and put away my emotions at the time that didn't make sense. Like, I'm just a junkie, or why would anybody want to hear me talk, or my story doesn't mean nothing, you know, like, I had to put all them emotions aside and start focusing on the intellect. And we talk about I over E a lot in ILP. Anybody that's been here for a while knows what I over E means, intellect over emotions. Because if you let your emotions get you, you go right back into talking yourself into something that's bad, or talking myself into something that's bad. And first and foremost, like a big part of self-worth for me was I had to realize how God looked at me. God created me as perfect. And when I really started believing that, then I really started to love myself and my actions. Not so much my talking, but my actions started changing the way I did things and the way I went through life. That's all I got.
Thanks, Michael. Dan?
I just want to say for me, I have 3 kids, oldest in college and youngest, and she's in 8th grade, but she's going on 30. When I got divorced, I started drinking pretty heavy, and I think a lot of it was guilt. You know, you start thinking about some of the negative things you did or might have said to the kids, and I can actually think of a specific thing that I wish I could take back from off there. And the way I dealt with it was to drink, but then I forget about it, and in reality I was just doing more damage. But through being sober, I realized that it's okay to be a dick to your kids sometimes. You know, if they don't like you every now and again, it's, you know, it's part of being a parent. And now Tyler and 2 of my sons went to a football game the other day, and to go and enjoy a game or just something like breakfast or church with your kids, to do it sober is so much more rewarding because you're not worried about getting home and getting drunk, and you know, you're just kind of able just to enjoy the day. And I'm not a Bible thumper, but when I first was starting to go through recovery, whenever I would get anxiety or, you know, have some negative thoughts, I'd say the Our Father. And now that I'm past all that, the last thing I say every night before I go to bed is I thank God for yesterday, I thank Him for today, and I thank Him for the great day He's got planned tomorrow. No matter how bad my day is or how shitty the day was the day before, it was the way it was for a reason. And I just try to stay positive.
Awesome. Thanks, man. Andy?
Yeah, I was just going to say, I agree with a lot of what Jen was saying. When like the negative self-talk comes up for me, I have to just remind myself that addiction was just something I did. It doesn't define who I am today. And I don't refer to myself as an addict, you know. And when, you know, that kind of ties in with the positive self-talk and the patience, when I get too ahead of myself, you know, I just have to kind of step back and stay in the present moment, and you know, have that faith that it's like if I just keep doing the right thing and taking the next best step, you know, the next right step, that everything's going to work out, you know. And you know, I don't refer to myself as an addict. You know, I'm a dad, I'm a friend, I'm a brother, I'm a son, and that's the positive self-talk, you know, that reassures me, you know, that I am a human being worth saving and worth trying to better my life, you know. But I definitely, you know, agree with, you know, that daily positive self-talk, you know, like Joe, he ain't here today, but he would always talk about he'd get up in the morning and tell himself you know, like 10 positive things. And I really believe that, you know, that helps out a lot, you know. So it's hard to do some days. I know some days for me, everything feels negative, but like I said down here, that staying mindful in the present gives me gratitude and helps me to keep pushing on.
Awesome. Thanks, man. Corey?
I'm Corey. And what are we talking about? Patience. I'm not very good with patience, but I'm working on it. I don't feel like I'm ready to quite deal with a lot of things. A lot of emotions that I've suppressed for many years. It's very, very difficult to deal with. I'm not sure I know how to. My mother's told me that I'm cold-hearted before, but I'm not. You know, I know I'm not, but I think I've just suppressed it for so long that yeah, probably since I was about 10 years old, and they're in there somewhere, but I don't think I'm really ready for it, and I'm giving it time. But I reassure myself I'm gonna be okay. I've always been a go-getter. You know, I never really doubt myself in anything I do. I know that if I set my mind to something, I can get it done. I didn't necessarily have my mind set on the right things before, but I don't have any doubt in my mind that I can, you know, put it in a positive manner and try to get my family back that I do have, which I'm grateful for every day. And my mother's probably not going to be here Saturday, but it's her birthday. She's turning 40. She's super excited. And I am too.
Can we sing her happy birthday?
Happy birthday. Yeah. Let's do it. But yeah, I think that's everything, right? Is that everything?
Yeah.
About everything. But yeah, you know, when I tell somebody I'm having a great day, I am having a great day. I enjoy the sun being out, and I got problems just like everybody else in here, but I do deal with them, just probably not as much as other people quite yet. Thank you.
Thanks, Corey. Before you close out, Brendan, I felt a lot like you, Corey. I have. And what helped me a lot was talking with a professional about all the stuff I didn't want to talk about to other people or even think about myself. I talked to Todd for a long time, and that helped me more than anything else in the entire world. For some reason, at first I didn't trust him, I'm not going to lie. But after a couple times, I did trust him, and that was key. Because I thought, I was in a weird mental state. I thought everyone was out to get me, but I really thought he was. But then I got to know him, and then it came to like my realization that this guy is actually on the good side, and he can help me a lot, and he did. I'm still not all the way there, but I'm getting there. And my mom always said one thing to me. She said, "Stephen, use your powers for good and not evil." Because for a long time, I did. I used my manipulation. I used my words. I used everything I could for the wrong reasons. And I have done a lot of bad stuff too. But that doesn't make me a bad person. And I started using my powers for good, I guess you can say. My, whatever you want to call them, my powers. Let's just say that. And positive things have been coming from it. I see positivity around me, and it's awesome. So I never really knew what my mom meant by that, especially when I was using. I was like, what are my powers for good? What? But now it all makes sense, and that's what's helped me. So Brendan, close this out. What you got?
Well, I was going to talk about patience, and I was going to sit here quietly for a long time and say that I was teaching you patience. But it's getting pretty late, so I'll just speed through this. When it comes to positive self-talk, I know that nobody's going to be harder on me than myself inside my head. And AJ pointed it out to me a long time ago that I wouldn't say those types of things to somebody else, would I? And so I try to always, if I start to go down that direction and I can't immediately just get out of it naturally, I'll just try to think of like the same situation and put one of my friends in that scenario and be like, what would I tell them as the outsider? And that usually helps me able to talk to myself a little bit better pretty quick. I know sometimes, you know, it gets tough, but if you surround yourself with the right people, I mean, they'll help you as well. Like, there's so many people around me that I've met that if I'm having a bad moment even, they can like sense it, and I feel like they're in my head because they'll just say all the right things at the right time, and I'll just be like, what are you doing? But with patience though, I like patience. Patience is also lifestyle number 7, chapter 7 of the Cleveland book. If you need more knowledge, that's where you find it. I tattooed patience on my arm for 3 different reasons, and it actually helps me a lot because I'll start to get impatient and I'll just like look down and it'll be right there and I'll just be like, yeah, I know, fuck you. You know, but like I'll calm down, I'll take a deep breath, and, you know, we'll just sit there, and I just keep looking at it as 15 years of abuse is not going to fix this past year and a half or whatever it is of doing good. All I know is that if I continue to keep doing the right thing, keep putting positive thoughts into my head, positive results are going to come out. And I didn't have to go back and ask my family to forgive me or anything. I didn't have to go tell them every time I did something good. You know, I just kept doing what I know to be right. And they seen me farther on than I've seen myself. Like, I don't even keep track of my sobriety date. My family does. And they're like, hey, you got 6 months. I'm like, oh, that's cool. They're like, hey, you got a year. Like, oh, do I? Like, it's cool. People can, when you're doing all the right things and stuff, I think if you just wait and you don't have to tell anybody anything. You don't need a pat on the back every time you do something right. Just humble in yourself and just continue to do it. People notice it all around you.
Who's got the autobiography?
I do. Autobiography in 5 short chapters by Portia Nelson. I walk down the street, there is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I fall in. I'm lost, I'm hopeless. It isn't my fault. It takes forever to find a way out. I walk down the same street, there is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I pretend I don't see it. I fall in again. I can't believe I'm in the same place, but it isn't my fault. It takes a long time to get out. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I see it is there. I still fall in. It's a habit. My eyes are open. I know where I am. It is my fault. I get out immediately. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I walk around it. I walk down another street.
Thanks for coming, everyone.
Yeah. Thanks for coming, everybody.